I let me think. I mean, you still got the Blitzcrank, which is
Yeah.
legendary level 1, but it's not like the enemy team doesn't like Olaf is dangerous level 1, but then
Yeah, with those axes
yeah.
constantly being able to pick them up.
Yeah, but then again, Malzahar is useless level 1. Darius is alright actually. Swain
Yeah.
is useless.
We do see Invictus going for their usual 5-point. Swain hasn't seen Granny Spanner is in an awkward position.
Oh
He has to
wow.
flash already. I think he may have been fine, but that was definitely one of the ones that a flash is acceptable, considering if you were hooked, that was first blood for sure.
Yeah, you're definitely never gonna want to risk it, especially with. I have seen some bullshit hooks hit. I've seen
Yeah.
hooks hit that were not anywhere near the actual champion, and you just get pulled in. So yeah, definitely, it's good, right? Like the flash is down, so that is something. But then again, right? Like as long as it's pretty early into the game, so
Salami Salad has to be careful here. He
yeah.
was they were seen on the ward.
But I like
Uh,
that. I like that. Yeah, I like that he is making it sure he's not being reckless. He's using the word. But then what I was saying with the flash is, it is a big deal, but it's not a big deal if you don't punish it, right? Like, and it's so early into the game that I don't think you can, unless the Poppy
but it is
does
a
like
Blitzcrank in lane, and
sure.
that's Swain without flash into a Blitzcrank.
But I really
This
want to
early.
see if they do punish it, because if he gets his flash back up before anything happens, then that flash early was, yeah, maybe you got some pressure. Sure, it doesn't have to be.
Oh, there we go. See, this is what I'm saying. He doesn't have flash, so now we're going to see the Blitzcrank hook is going to be so useful for these next 3 or 4 minutes. One thing I do want to say is both junglers are playing vertical.
Yeah.
We saw Olaf invading to take Poppy's blue. Poppy is now on the blue as well. We see that. We see a huge hook. This might be first blood already. Granny Spanner is going to go down, I'm pretty sure. First blood. Eris has to be careful as well. The slow is coming down from the rocket jump. That is a huge early double kill. And Gosport Gods are really, really using that early flash to their advantage. As soon as they knew there was no flash from that Swain, hook after hook. 2 out of 2 landed. Really well played.
Yeah, that was very nice, and forget everything I said before. It was like, oh, they have to punish the flash. Well, they really did, and it's paying off. But now, right, like you look at this, and you're like, before I was complaining that you don't have enough damage, and now I'm looking at a Tristana who got first blood and 2 kills early.
Yeah.
Oh,
Salami Salad is looking to be in trouble. The Darius Conqueror and Passive is stacking up.
He's gonna lose a lot of HP there.
Yeah, and I still don't quite understand the Sejuani pick.
Yeah, I don't
if I'm
either.
being brutally honest,
Especially considering, right, like you're not even picking it because you have like a melee mid or bot lane that can stack it, right?
Yeah.
The only other champion that can legitimately stack it is the Poppy, because you're not going to use Blitzcrank to stack it. So
yeah,
it just makes it's confusing.
Blitzcrank can get 2 autos pretty quickly with auto E reset.
Oh yeah, true.
So it's not the worst thing in the world.
but that feels like a stretch, right? We're like,
yeah,
well, Blitzcrank can technically stack too, so
yeah,
it's not the end of the world.
And we are seeing already a pretty big CS lead in the top lane, as we kind of assumed there would be.
But we also see almost an identical lead in the mid lane as well. Almost 10 CS there as well.
And I mean, when you miss the engage on that Sejuani, you've got to be so careful. Aerostream getting hooked, but this isn't the fight that I don't think they want. God of War is now going to... might have to flash out if he's not careful. He's going to be fine. There's a lot of damage going on Eris. Ozinox is now really in a bad position. Eris is going to go down to Duke of Jamming. That is 3 kills already. He's going to get out as well. Ozinox picks up the kill. The Blitzcrank hook finishes him off. A huge axe, meaning that the shutdown of Tristana goes on to the Olaf. That is huge.
Yep.
Without that axe, that would have been utterly, definitely in the side of Gosport Gods. The shutdown, though, is really huge.
Yeah, also important that Infor's disciple was trying to TP in lane, and I believe Davis silenced him to cancel
Oh,
it.
yeah. It's one of the reasons why I just hate Malzahar as a champion. Galungalate is actually getting chunked
Yeah, but
by
these
Salami Salad, but
extended
he has to be
trades, he's
careful.
gonna kill it. Yep.
The flash needing to come out from Salami Salad, and that is 19 CS to 37 currently. Infowars is pushing up. Will he be able to stop
Ooh,
Davis's
nice.
back? He does. How annoying is that for Davis?
But yeah, yeah, these extended trades topside are very, very. What's the name? There's a word for it, right? When something doesn't look the way it actually is.
Deceiving?
Yeah, deceiving. Because you look at it initially and you're like, oh, the Sejuani got a shit ton of damage. She might win this. And they're like, well, no, she just used her entire passive.
Galungalate has to be careful here. Violstorm was coming up. He was spotted, though, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Now, Duke of Jamming has to be careful. He can rocket jump out, so that's fine.
You can just see that safety from the Tristana. It's just... you saw in the fight there as well, right? When the other gank happened, you just saw him instantly use that rocket jump, be a lot more safe, a lot better positioning. And,
we might see an early dragon go the way of B Invictus, and it is an Infernal, which is nice. Salami Salad is going to get a solo kill on Galungalate. The ult comes out. He was not expecting the burst. I wasn't expecting the burst. Ozonox is low. Infowars did not want to jump over there. He's going to go down for sure. That was maybe a misclick, but that's really unfortunate. I mean, he did have flash, so he could have got back out if he wanted to as well. Just an unfortunate series of plays there, I've got to say. And even though there was a really good start by Gosport Gods, the lead isn't as huge as they would have liked. It's still definitely in their favor, but an early Infernal Drake will do wonders, particularly for that Darius in the top lane. So those trades that he was winning, yes, I know Sejuani got an early kill, but I can see him being able to chunk even harder now.
Yeah. I mean, we look at this, right? He got the kill, but he's still behind in gold. That should show you how high the CS lead actually was in topside, and still is. Other than that, the CS lead mid has actually stabilized. Infowars was ahead by around 10 CS. Now Davis has made up that entire deficit, and I believe now has a wave also crashing, so it's going to be actually dead even or even ahead.
Yeah, and I'm surprised by the amount of damage coming out from Salami Salad. I really did not think Sejuani had that amount of damage. God of War is going to try and hook Davis. Doesn't quite. He's going to steam away. I love that skin on Blitzcrank, I've got to say. It's just a fun skin. And it's not quite as good as I think, what was it, Blitz and Crank Space Groove. But it's still pretty good. Ozonox has to be careful here. There's a lot of damage that's going to come out from Infowars. He has to ult out. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Unfortunately, he had to use ult in that situation. Poppy might be looking for Rift Herald if we can get a look on that.
Yep.
So 20, Poppy is on Rift Herald and will probably be able to do it uncontested. She will take a decent amount of time to do it though, which may mean Davis is able to rotate onto it. I don't think there's any wards on, so I think Poppy will just be able to get it completely uncontested.
Yeah, it seems like it. It's also interesting to me that considering the Tristana was the one with the 2 kill early, she is the one behind in CS.
Well, and there's just so much pressure put on you by this Swain and Leona. Stepping up for CS isn't as easy as they would like.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see, I mean, that's 20 CS lead, and it'll be extended even more, I think, in the top lane in a little bit.
Yeah, it should just continue to pile on and increase and increase and increase until it's a big issue. It's essentially like a smaller issue Nasa's topside, because it's not endless because it doesn't have the stacks, but it is that you leave it alone and he just gets more and more ahead.
Yeah. One thing I did want to mention in the mid lane matchup. Oh, that is a huge hit. Granny Spanner is completely dead. So is my voice, apparently. Sorry.
Shit.
What? An insect. We see an insect in UNL. Airstream is just tanky enough. He's not quite. God of War will be able to get out as well.
That
the
was
shield.
sick. That was so fun. That was so good.
Have we seen an insect in UNL?
The Tristana insect. I don't remember seeing it in UNL so far.
I mean, that's beautiful. Things you love to see. And a Rift Herald used. Hopefully, they were able to push this down before it charges with the Tristana bomb. I'm not sure.
Nope.
They won't quite, so they don't get as much as they would like out of that Rift Herald use. They'll still be able to get a charge, hopefully, on that bot lane turret. What I wanted to say with the mid lane is that Malzahar never... Oh, the Rift Herald actually saving Eris Dream, I think. Granny Spanner and Eris using their ults, not going to hit anyone, though, unfortunately.
Swain has used this ultimate.
This is now a 4-1 and a 2-0 bot lane. Yeah. And they're just going to camp. They're just going to try and camp this bush out, seeing if Swain or Leona come down to try and fight it.
Yeah, they're resetting now with Corki in mid lane as well, because there's 25 seconds on the next Drake. Both top laners will have TP for it, so we might see a rotation there. Olaf has been chilling around the top side for ages now. He's been chilling in that bush, then invaded, stole a couple camps, and now reset as well. So he is a bit delayed for that Drake fight, so they might want to rush it, but I wonder if they just want to play it slower.
Both top lane TPs are available as well. Dabis does not have his TP yet. Infowars does, although I don't think Infowars will need to. I think this is just going to be a straight dragon for... Oh, Galunglade is actually in trouble here. If he gets the stun, he does. Boy. Salami Salad picks up another solo kill on Galunglade. This is huge.
That's not how I expected that to go.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate, I've got to say.
It just feels a bit overconfident when you're trading at windows that are pretty heavily in Sejuani's favor.
Yeah. And that's the 30 CS lead means absolutely nothing, considering it's now decimated by those. Yeah, he's now behind by 300 gold because of those kills. Dabis might be in a little bit of trouble. He is going to have to flash out. It's not going to be enough. Duke of jamming. The bomb is just so strong now.
Yep.
The Hail of Blades is able to just instantly proc it seems like. There will be a pause, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it will be in a second.
It's for religious reasons, isn't it? Breaking fast?
No, I think it's for prayer. Exactly as you explained. Most of the gold lead on that one person that you want to have the gold lead on.
So play has resumed.
Yep.
And we are seeing a rotation. So we see Blitzcrank and Tristana moving to the top lane. The bot lane turret's already gone. That's what you would do. So we should see a pretty large rotation, I think, from the Invictus to try and get something onto that Blitzcrank and Tristana.
Yeah. On the other side, B Invictus now face Mountain Soul as well. So if you get...
Infowars is rooted up as well. That's a lot of damage. Well, I say a lot of damage. It's actually not. I was expecting more.
Yeah.
But then I'd look at Swain's items and think, yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. You see like, oh, that's actually CC. Oh, he's going to follow up. Oh, there will be a lot of that. Oh, it's 10% HP because he doesn't even have one item yet.
Yeah. And we're seeing Salami Salad actually chunking, like, dealing a decent chunk, despite being full tank. And I sometimes hate League of Legends because full tanks get to deal that amount of damage.
No question.
But we'll see.
It's always fun, right? When you have like, oh no, but the best one was, when was it? Last year last year or 2 years ago when Cho'Gath was so strong and you were able to build that like crazy HP build, and then you just did any damage on the enemy ADC, and then you were able to stone plate, flash, and just ult with like 2,500 true damage.
So I think we did see who was it? Was it Blazicus on Cho'Gath? Like, and just nearly 1v5ing. So yeah, Cho'Gath is one of those champions that, despite having literally no mobility in his kit, can be so goddamn strong. Granny Spanner has to be careful, I think, here. Even the route under turret is not going to be enough because God of War is already relatively tanky. I think he's got a Lock Up the Iron Solari. I think that's that item. So he is able to shield up with his passive shield as well. He was never going to go down there.
Yeah, and I mean, as we speak, right, the Tristana just...
Oh, Airstream.
Nice.
I think that was a blind hook as well. He didn't know exactly where he was.
Yeah, that was
Huge
blind.
hook. Info was Disciple picking that up. Really good hook by Gardevoir, and this just guarantees another free Wrist Herald.
Yeah, Gardevoir's hooks in general have been great.
Ozinox has to be careful. He may have to ult out if he even had it. And that's another free Rift Herald. That's a yikes. That's just yikes for the Invictus. They are really struggling to put any pressure anywhere. I mean,
yeah, they're probably going to use this Herald now mid lane as well. The Poppy is rotating there, so maybe they use it immediately.
I mean, I quite like the back route Rift Herald as well. Trying to use Poppy's charge to try and bring someone back into the fight. Essentially a mini Insec again as well. I mean, I don't think they want to just push this turret down without Rift Herald.
Yeah,
which
it looks
they can. They've got 4 people. They'll definitely have enough damage.
Yeah, especially with the Tristana. I think it was just they weren't sure as how much damage they were doing to it, and then they saw it and they called it off immediately.
And Granny Spanner is hooked up again. Doesn't even get to ult. A decent Leona ult, but it's not going to be enough. I don't think Ozinox is going to pick... Eris actually picks up that one. There is a shutdown. And actually this fight goes really far in the way of being Invictus. I didn't think it would be, but that's a double kill for the Darius. And a double kill for the Olaf as well. And suddenly the game has swung on a complete knife's edge. And now the Invictus are able to pick up a free Mountain Dragon. That was a huge TP at the end from Dave to pick up those final 2 kills as well.
Yeah, pretty big. I will say it was a bit overextended by Gosport's gods in that situation. You don't really want to leave those carries, especially the Tristana, alone in that situation the way they did. But yeah, I mean, Big saw the opportunity and they really profited from it, right? The Darius now has 2 kills, the Olaf 2 kills as well. I don't know if both got those 2 kills there, but...
yeah, it was the Darius and Olaf getting the double kills.
Yeah, and they both immediately finished their mythical items, as well as now the Malzahar has finished his Leandris as well, so...
Yeah, I will say the Leona ult actually was really useful there. The Solar Flare to make sure that the carries could not escape. And even though there is definitely still an advantage, I think it was up to about 7k in gold, and those kills have managed to bring it down to just over 4k in favor of Gospel Gods. So it's now definitely not, 80-20, shall we say.
Yep.
It's definitely a lot closer. Another turret.
It's like a 45, 55, 40, 60, maybe in that range. You do see also how respectful... Oh my god.
The Stride Breaker on Darius is picked up, and that is going to be so annoying now to deal with.
I'm sorry,
the Rift Herald is pushed down as well. That is another turret, and the Rift Herald will be able to get a final shot as well. Another Blitzcrank hook. The flash ult, though, as well. Juka jamming, I think, is just going to survive, though. Granny Spanner ulting, I'm not sure why. I don't think he gets a speed boost from that. So, kind of wasting that ult there. The flash ult from Malzahar, the flash Nether Grasp. But Malzahar doesn't have enough damage right now.
Yeah.
And it means that that's a huge amount of turret damage. That was 1 turret top, a turret bot, and I think the Rift Herald didn't quite get to there. And we see another hook, and Airstream is completely stunned up, constantly there. Info was picking up another kill. 2, 2, and 3. Obviously, maybe not quite as fed as the Tristana, but still huge amounts of damage now coming out from both carries of Gospel Gods. And I just don't think the Invictus, one, they don't have the wave clear to deal with. And Granny Spanner is picked up again. A huge ult there from Galungulate, but he's going to get stunned up, rooted up, and he's down. Info was again.
Yeah, sorry,
Ozinox. My bad. It was Ozinox who was stunned up rather than Galungulate. Infowars has to be careful here. Darius does have a decent amount of damage. The Executioner, whatever it's called, Noxus, is going to be just enough with the Malzahar burn to bring Corky down as well. What
In
is it
all
called?
of
Is
these
it Glorious
fights,
Execution? I can't remember what it's called.
what, the Darius ult?
Darius ult, something Execution.
Noxian Guillotine.
Noxian Guillotine. That's the one.
In a lot of these fights, they do kind of leave the Darius, and in that situation, it's his E, right, that pulls you in, right?
Yeah, that was huge, that game.
Right? That was so big. And then immediately followed up by the Q, making a lot of AoE damage in that situation there. Galangulate is doing everything and anything he can in these situations, but I just wonder if it's going to be enough, because I'm just looking at 9-kill Tristan and a 3-kill Corki that are starting to scale.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have a look at items, there's a mortal reminder as well. No, Executioner's Calling, that's the smaller item on the Tristana. And if you look at the team, you've got Darius, Swain, and Olaf all really rely on innate healing. So I think that's a really good purchase.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it versus the Corki, right? You saw that Darius got to like, what, 10% HP, then used some spells and some autos, and immediately was back. Oh, Gardevoir? Oh my god. Gardevoir has been fantastic. On one. Yeah.
Yeah, these hooks, both, and we saw the Thresh last game landing some insane hooks, and this game as well, Gardevoir on the Blitzcrank, providing so much utility with those hooks. We do see Darius pushing down one turret.
Yep.
But this does TP. Yeah. I wonder if he'll use it, or whether Invictus will just leave this alone. Will they try and go for this fight 4v5? Darius is still pushing top lane. He obviously does have TP. I think they're just going to leave it.
No, they're using TP.
They are using it. So we have a 5v5 fight. Who is going to go down first? The route on Biostorm, is it going to be enough? Blue teams have got the dragon. Darius picking up one. Tristana picking up one in return. Granny Spanner is just about going to survive. Ozynox is on Infowars Disciple, goes down as well. Galungulate is going to try and get on Juka Jamming. Infowars Disciple taking another one. Those ults, the missile barrage, able to pick up another one. And Gardevoir is going to try and come back onto the Darius. I don't know why Galungulate is he's going to get picked up. I think there's not enough. Infowars picking up one. Juka Jamming picking up the other. Infowars may go down to the Mal's burn. No, living on what I think was about 3 HP at one point. Whew.
But
so lucky to not go down.
I am sure both those DPS players, so the Corki and the Tristana, both of them had to be clenching their ass cheeks hard as fuck when Gardevoir decided to hook the Darius into them, and you're like, he could turn this. But then they do manage to pull it off there, but yeah,
that's slightly worrying. Whew. But I mean, 21 kills to 11 in the favor of Gospel Gods.
Yeah,
44k, 38k. Both teams with 2 dragons.
One thing I will say is that you can see it in some of the fights. Tristana has to be so careful because of the Darius still having kill pressure that she needs to repositioning constantly in the fights. She needs to make sure, and even when she's left alone, immediately had to use her ultimate to get him away from her, because she can't deal with him. It doesn't matter how fed she is. She will not be able to 1v1 him if he gets...
Biostorm going on Galungulate has to be a little bit careful. Galungulate sidestepping that. So Gardevoir hits the minion instead. The vision control right now is very heavily in favor for Gosport Gods.
Yep.
They have the pink ward on the bot side entrance of Baron, which is going to be really key. And Airstream is having to ward really far back just to make sure that there is no jungle wards for Gospel Gods.
Yeah, he's trying to eliminate those early warning wards that you can have placed higher up into these kinds of bushes here to make you see if the enemy is rotating a lot earlier than you usually get to see. But They do get most of the wards. There's still one that is not that relevant that is still there. But other than
Duke of
that,
Jamming and Gardevoir have to be a little bit careful, I think. I mean, there is 3 topside for being Invictus if they really wanted to pressure that top lane. Whew. So we have 2 minutes on Dragon. Baron is up. Both teams are really wanting to get this Baron. And right now, you could definitely see that Gosport Gods have a huge advantage in taking the Baron. They have Infowars and Infowars Disciple and Duke of Jamming who are able to take it very, very quickly. Whereas you just don't have the level of DPS. Yeah, they are spotted on a ward, so Be Invictus do know Baron has been started.
They don't have pink wards as well, because that's why they were hitting that ward, because they needed to kill it to disable.
So Gardevoir is already quite low in this fight. Duke of Jamming, I think they have to peel back off it. Duke of Jamming has to be really careful. Infowars Disciple nearly gets Dabus, doesn't quite. He was now stunned up. Infowars Disciple goes down. This could be a really big fight for Be Invictus. Airstream goes down though. Duke of Jamming is unstoppable now. Salami Salad is stunning up. Granny Spanner, I don't think has the damage to deal. His Duke of Jamming is so low. He's gonna get away. I can't believe that. And now Be Invictus are really in trouble. A triple kill. We may see a pentakill. We may see it. We're seeing a quadrukill. We see the pentakill. Duke of Jamming getting a pentakill. Deserved. 16-2, and we may see the Baron taken as well. They are all really low, so this could be really risky. I think they should be fine as long as they rotate out the damage.
Yeah, the puppy can use the smite as well to heal herself up if it's getting close as well.
Yeah.
Did you see, I think it was Darius, the Darius shield that he randomly got? I think the prop from his Starix or something.
Yeah, Starix gauge.
He had like a 1,500 shield.
But it's not enough, and I mean, 52k to 42k.
I mean, the Tristana is 16-2.
Yeah, I mean, but this is the thing, all of the gold is on the carry.
Yep.
That's the big difference on the teams.
And also, keep in mind,
Gardevoir looking to get Airstream as well.
That was a one fight with Corki dying almost instantly at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah. So Infowars Disciple will not be in this fight along with Dabis, but I don't think it matters because there is a 16-2 Tristana, and I have no idea how that interaction works. Airstream on the wrong side of the spaghetti code. And Gardevoir is going to stun up Granny Spanner as well. Blue team slay the dragon. Salami Salad is going to get Glungulate as well. Yeah. We may see a triple kill. A triple kill for Salami Salad as well.
They can look for the end. They have a double wave bot side.
Yeah, I think they can.
25 seconds?
I'm maybe not quite the end at this point, but that is going to be 2 inhibs. The inhib turret bot lane. Gardevoir, unfortunately, missing that one, but it really doesn't matter. That is an inhib there.
It depends on how they want to push it. Oh, they do want to?
This could be quite risky. They do have Baron minions, though, so I think they can. I think they can. The Gardevoir is suppressed. I don't think that's who you want to be suppressing, though. You need to be suppressing the Tristana. They can't get to him, and this is the end. Over. Can they pick up a couple more kills to pad the stats? Airstream is going to go down, I think, as well. Granny Spanner picks up 1 as a consolation prize. And Gosport Gods absolutely steamrolling